So, overall with Go Fest, how are you feeling today?
Honestly, it was a great success.
Yeah?
I've had some...
Please help me welcome to the stage the CEO of Niantic, Mr. John Hankey.
Thanks, Rachel.
With the complete disaster that was Pokemon Go Fest last year, Niantic has absolutely no room for error when it comes to their second attempt this summer. However, only two things have happened, and it doesn't look good for the next Pokemon Go Fest. They've launched the website saying that they're going to sell tickets, and they have sold tickets, and apparently that didn't even go well. So Pokemon Go Fest tickets sold out after website problems. Can't even sell the tickets, Niantic. Let's see what's happening, because, like, this is just one guy, his experience, but it is an article on Forbes. So at 9 a.m. PST, tickets for the second annual Pokemon Go Fest went on sale. About half an hour later, they sold out. And that was actually really surprising. I'm like, wow, it took a half hour to sell out on those tickets. Well, that's actually because no one could buy the tickets. This game may not quite be as popular as it was in its heyday, but at moments like these, it still has a sizable and committed fan base eager to travel to Chicago for unique catches. At least, that's the ideal situation. The website started having technical problems the moment tickets went live, indicating a strong presence of purchasing bots that are now moving their wares to resale sites like eBay. It's a familiar story for any in-demand item. I started trying to purchase tickets at exactly 9 a.m. PST and managed to get as far as the page that allowed me to select which entrance I was buying tickets for and which entrance I wanted to use. That's all I ever saw. However, the page hung up on that screen for several minutes before locking out entirely. I tried a different browser on my phone, no luck. Plenty of other people on social media are reporting similar results with uncomfortable reminders of last year, though last year I was at least able to buy a ticket. So the purchasing of tickets went better for last year's Pokemon Go Fest than it did so far. And then I went on Twitter just kind of see what people were talking about. 20 minutes of nothing, had to leave to go to work, got nothing for my time or effort. Great job, another Pokemon Go Fest. Well, I hope the fest doesn't run as poorly as the tick sales were. Couldn't get past the first page, and then it sold out. Hashtag Pokemon Go Fest blows. Bringing that one back. And then this one, it's illegal to scalp tickets in the state of Illinois, so why are your sellers selling Pokemon Go Fest tickets on your site? And then there's also a couple other ones. 71 current listings on eBay for Pokemon Go Fest 2018 ticket sales. Good job, Niantic. You should have required linking trainer info before actually purchasing tickets. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. I'm going to retweet that. And actually, when you look at the tweet they're replying to, this is almost insulting. Attention trainers, tickets to Pokemon Go Fest are now sold out. Didn't get a ticket? Reminder that you can still celebrate Pokemon Go Fest with us. Stay tuned to our event website for how you take part in the fun. So I'm guessing the people, like we saw with the last year's Pokemon Go Fest, if the goals are met at Pokemon Go Fest, then the entire world gets all these cool perks for Pokemon Go, even though it's completely rigged. No one was able to play the game, yet the magical scoreboard kept updating and jumping around with fantastic numbers that the Pokemon Go Fest has been completed, much to the booing of the unconvinced crowd. Either way, didn't get a ticket, you can still play, even though you pretty much got bullied out of a ticket by botters, because the proper things weren't put into place. I think this is a great idea. You should have required linking trainer info. That means buyer bots couldn't have just done it and then immediately flipped on eBay, and then it would have also been a bit more tricky for spoofers potentially, depending on the anti-spoofing measures that they could have put in place. Now, out of curiosity, I went to eBay just to see how this was even possible. I have no intention on going to Pokemon Go Fest, so I didn't try to purchase a ticket. Therefore, I want to see if I could get any information on how the ticket sales went through, and it looks like it's the worst case scenario. All sales are final, there are no refunds or exchanges. You'll receive a registration email in approximately 2 weeks with delivery and will call instructions. So you didn't have to do any registration to be able to purchase the ticket, and that's why we can even see right here, price for 6 tickets. So person got in, bought all 6 tickets, decided to flip as many as they could, and then that's where the rest of the details come through. Scroll down to the bottom, you'll need to provide your Pokemon Go trainer name for registration within 2 weeks. It has to match the trainer name of the attendee. That's it. So there's a 2-week window. Like, maybe if it was 24 hours, like, you had to immediately, urgently put in the information, that would have slowed down the botting. But I guess when people started to sign up for this and they saw how easy it was to transfer the tickets, all bots are a go. Let's get as many as we can and let's flip them for insane money. And then the thing that blows my mind is after the disaster of Pokemon Go Fest last year, what idiot is spending $550? 7 sold in the last 24 hours. There's also a couple of other listings that I was checking out. This right here, $300, 42 bids. So there's many active bidders right now trying to score a ticket already at $400 or already at $300. Some of these are instantly selling at $5. Some are trying to be bid up to like $440, around the high 400s and stuff like that. What idiots are actually purchasing this? Because Pokemon Go Fest is definitely not an event worth that much money for just one day. And as you can see, we have like Sunday, Saturday, different entrances and stuff like that, and that just kind of goes with another thing that's happening with Pokemon Go Fest. Please note, those who attempt to purchase more than one of their maximum allotted number of tickets, or those who purchase tickets for multiple days, will have their access to Pokemon Go Fest rescinded without refund or compensation. Now the question is, they have to be strict to try to prevent this, but the problem is the flood already happened. There's an insane amount of listings, there's an insane amount of resales. This is just eBay, not to mention Reddit, or just like back alley deals of people trying to be like, hey, here's my confirmation, give me the details, and I'll be able to flip it for you within 2 weeks when it comes to the confirmation and registration. This seemed incredibly preventable, because what they had on their website was a countdown. They're like, this many days until Pokemon Go Fest tickets go on sale. Well, what they should have had is a registration. They do all the registration beforehand, like maybe give it a week heads up, like, hey, Pokemon Go Fest tickets, they're going on sale 9 a.m. Pacific time, right here, this website, 7 days, register now, link your account, and then that gives you the opportunity. Just because you register and link doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to get a ticket, but it means that those are the only tickets that are going to that person, and then also you could have family because it's only $20. So say you buy 4 tickets, one of your kids doesn't show, one of your friends doesn't show, you're buying for friends or something like that, and it falls through. It's only $20, which is better than paying several $100s for a single ticket instead of just like that miss on a $20 ticket or stuff like that. And apparently this was the north-south entrance, so choosing the entrance where everyone was able to, or where everyone kind of got stopped at. So I mean, this could have done so much better, but I guess Niantic, once again, they show just complete incompetence to running and hosting an event. They're like, hey, we're just going to throw up ticket sales, everyone's going to go fine. Sure, some people aren't going to get it, but what's the worst that could happen? Yeah, it seems like things have gone pretty bad already. And unless eBay like just shuts it down or something, or there is, I'm wondering if a recall of the tickets, like depending if they can get the numbers on how many were potentially botted, if they could just redo it. I think that would actually be better. Just cancel all the ticket orders, try again next week with better things in place, and then people that want to get in might actually have the opportunity to. Now true, this would screw over the people that legitimately got their ticket, but they are an incredibly small minority that ended up getting lucky in this crazy scenario that ended up happening with the tickets already for Go Fest. Now this is the problem, because what destroyed last year's Pokemon Go Fest was terrible planning and absolutely no idea how to run an organized event. Well, it looks like they can't even get the ticket sales correct this time, so poor planning strikes again when it comes to Niantic. And now I wanted to go through the details, kind of see if there was anything looming in the horizon that might make this event look pretty unspectacular. Explore Pokemon habitats. Well, because they got a better venue this year, and it looks like they're routing it a lot better because it's just like a 1.8 mile lap through all this like really cool terrain and stuff, and there's gonna be more room for people, as well as the extra entrances. I like that. When I was reading like the Pokemon Go Fest, you could like select which entrance you want to come in instead of funneling everyone through like one gate and then making it to where it took 6 hours to get in or something ridiculous like that. So it looks like people are having faith that Pokemon Go Fest is going to go better, and it looks like they're also going to have a lot of different terrain to where you can customize the area pretty well. So that looks good. That's, in theory, how an awesome Pokemon Go Fest will go. Challenges and rewards. The challenges are going to keep going. Research is a thing now, so being able to have an exclusive research event, that's going to happen. Photo ops, we saw that. Team lounges. Well, actually, how are the photo ops going to work? Because last year, you weren't allowed to bring any recording equipment, so we're going to see how that goes. Host hotels, they got a lot on board, so you should be able to get a hotel if you were able to get a ticket. More details coming back, and let's see how this ends up going. Ticket information and wristband activation. Well, I just quickly read through this, and it actually looks pretty bad. So, Pokemon Go Fest is now a 2-day event. We hope to share the Pokemon Go Fest 2018 experience with as many unique trainers as possible. For that reason, we are asking trainers to only attend one day, Saturday or Sunday, so that more can enjoy the fun. Ticket purchasers are limited to a maximum of 6 tickets for one day only. Now, that seems like too much. I'm thinking maybe 4 max. That way you couldn't get the mass amount of botting and scalping, because the average family is going to be like mom, dad, 2 kids, or mom or dad could show up with their 3 kids or something like that. I think that'd be a little more fair. So they extended it to 2 days, but only to get more people in instead of actually trying to get someone to experience 2 days of Pokemon Go Fest. I understand, like, that's a good intention, but when you go to PAX, when you go to an anime convention, when you go out to an event and you want to stay the entire weekend, going for both days, especially if the first day went really well, is something that it seems a little tricky to be kind of keeping people off of. And the thing about this is that the website had nothing. The website had this stay tuned until ticket sales went live. So that means people couldn't read the frequently asked questions because they were too busy trying to rush to get a ticket. And I think that again is a little bit of short-sightedness. At least that's on my end. I don't think, because I checked this like a couple hours before ticket sales went live, and I don't think any of this information was up. Oh, please note, it's illegal to resell tickets in Illinois. Ticket holders who attempt to resell tickets, attend multiple days, or purchase more than 6 tickets will be in violation of the event terms and conditions, risk of having their Pokemon account permanently terminated, and or having access Pokemon Go Fest rescinded without refund or compensation. More details on the registration process will be provided closer to the event. Well, that's how the registration goes. But again, like, people didn't have enough time to understand and read this. Also, who reads the frequently asked questions? So yeah, they at least did make the note that it is illegal to do this, but at the same time, eBay listings are still going off. People are still talking about how you didn't have to link your account to be able to get the tickets. So I don't know how they're going to have your Pokemon account permanently terminated off of this. And then they're just like, oh yeah, don't go twice. If you go to 2 days, you're going to get your account terminated. I wonder if that's how it's going to be with the wristband activation. That you show up with your phone, you sync your account, it recognizes that you're there and stuff. And if you go Saturday and then say but I think that's maybe that's it. Maybe the illegal resale thing right here isn't about the scalpers. It's about saying, hey, it's illegal to resell tickets. Since you can only buy 1 day, if you show up for that second day, we know that you broke the terms of service, so we're just going to ban your account. So, okay, guys, a massive PSA. Don't try to buy a ticket off someone else, because apparently that's illegal for the resale right there. And then also don't try to show up, because then I think they're just going to turn you down at the gate. So having that is a little weird to just throw in there, but that's something. International purchasers will need to pick up their welcome packet at the Pokemon Go Fest will call booth. Things that right there: guest services, trash disposal, exit and re-entry. All ticket holders are allowed to re-enter the festival throughout the day. Only ticket holders will be able to participate in Pokemon Go Fest experience and specialized elements. Allowed and prohibited items. All right, let's see what's prohibited this year, boys. Backpacks. Clear backpacks only. No frames or camping gear. Cigarettes, e-cigarettes, vaping devices, aerosol containers, sunscreen, personal beauty products. Yeah, I guess if you're trying to be like super safe TSA rules, because I know that spray on sunscreen's pretty dope, and this is summer Chicago. Like, it was either super rainy or super muggy, so you will need sunscreen, you will need basics. Any and all professional audio and video recording equipment. Again, I still don't understand that. Camera accessories such as selfie sticks, tripods, monopods. Yeah, so it looks like they kept this. They consider all this stuff commercial equipment, and if you wanted to go in and vlog some Pokemon Go Fest, you're not allowed to unless you're a partner that's going to misrepresent the event. Like, remember how Mystic 7 got, I think it was his cousin, to just like lie and say that everything was going great, and he also interviewed that other guy that was like, yeah, it was a success, and then everyone hated that guy for it. That was it. Also, Trainer Tips completely sold out and was like defending Niantic for what ended up happening. So yeah, if you're on board with that, if you want to make content and you're sponsored by Niantic for being a fake sellout, then of course you're allowed to bring camera equipment. But if you want to just record something for YouTube or your friends or for memories or anything like that, no, you're not allowed. And the weird thing is, like, you're not allowed to have professional video and audio equipment, but everyone's got their smartphone. There's even picture taking opportunities of people using their smartphone if we scroll back up there, but you're not allowed to have a selfie stick. So you can't just hold around and do any recording. That's just weird. Drones, understandable. Totems, flags, banners. That's going to suck for a lot of people if you don't read this. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be trying to bring team banners and really rep it up. Not allowed to do that. No coolers. Exceptions may be made for medical use. So, of course, you do have to buy their $7 drinks and hot dogs and stuff like that. Frame backpacks, hammocks, glass containers, weapons. Makes sense. So it goes from, least understandable to most understandable. Pets, except for service. Professional grade radios or walkie-talkies. Professional grade. So, what? If you, go out to Walmart and get, a $10 cheap kids one and you want to have some recon with your friends, that's okay. Can't have any professional grade. Skateboards, scooters, bicycles, tents, preparation or cooking of food on site. Please do not fix anything to trees or shrubs. Unauthorized licensed vendors not allowed. No chairs of any kind. And again, the no chairs. As we saw last time, it got like super stormy and stuff, so everyone was flooded under the tents, and there was no sitting room. So hopefully they have enough for everyone, because that's going to be a bit of a problem. Alright, packaged food and bottled water is allowed at the festival, but there will be food trucks if you want to purchase food. Pokemon Go Fest will have food vendors that provide special dietary options. Please visit Help and Information Counter for full vendors and further information. Stuffed animals, inclement weather, legal terms, and press. So yeah, if you actually want to make content, I recommend doing the press. So yeah, it looks like they have interesting rules for the event. They kind of make sense, but it just seems like it's overly locked down for what the freedom and fun expression of Pokemon Go is. And again, I don't really see the reason for Pokemon Go Fest. When I first saw the rules last year, even before Pokemon Go Fest became a disaster, it just kind of seems like this awkwardly unfair promotional tool in a way. It's like, oh, we're going to just load up the Pokemon spawns here. We're going to make one small, like 2-mile area or something, have every kind of Pokemon able to spawn, and then we're also going to have events and special encounters and give you all these goodies. So really, you're just paying, like, you're praying you can get into this event just to get extra goodies, when really it's not too much different from being able to have a meetup at a local park with friends, and maybe even be able to contact a city and getting a larger meetup going for yourself. So having your own Pokemon Go event or community day would be a pretty awesome way of making up for this, but the thing is, like, Niantic, it doesn't look like they're out for licensing or potentially getting a group together and then creating hotspots of Pokemon spawns and stuff like that, so I don't really see it. It's mostly just about trying to capitalize on the hype, and at least the ticket prices aren't outrageous. Like, $20, that's a very fair ticket price for hosting the venue as well as providing service and everything like that. The amount going in, I'm pretty sure Niantic will be losing money off of that. However, looking at the merchandise from last year's Pokemon Go Fest, that looked very profit-taking, considering that they were trying to sell, charging banks for like $28 and t-shirts for $25 or something. Like, the prices were outrageous, the food was overpriced, and the event didn't really look like it was justifying the amount of money that people were putting into it. So it's like, it looks better in this situation, but overall, I find Pokemon Go Fest just kind of awkward. Also, only having one in Chicago, having like 3, you could do, I want to say Seattle because I live by Seattle, even though I wouldn't be going. Just Seattle's a really awesome place to be. Chicago, Seattle, Miami in the summer is pretty brutal. Also, I don't really know how you get a park there. So yeah, Chicago, it's alright, but I mean, you could get all kinds of other places, all kinds of other parks, maybe even like somewhere in the middle of the country even, just like even a less populated area. If people are going to fly across the country, fly across the world to come to Chicago, they could do the same for effectively anywhere in the country. So having like 3 Pokemon Go Fest would reduce the clutter, make it more fair for accessibility, and then kind of show that Niantic is more distributing those resources instead of just kind of centralizing everything and making an event that's effectively just a little bit of a competitive edge than anything justifying a Pokemon Go event, because you go to an anime con, you go to PAX, and they just have all these unofficial meetups that pretty much go as well. You're gonna have Pokemon fans that are hanging out enjoying Pokemon, so Niantic is just kind of, flaunting that they can provide extra spawns, and that's really the entire thing of Pokemon Go Fest. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.